Singapore introducing new policies to make it difficult for retail investors to trade crypto. Spanish market regulator warns about cryptocurrency event. Powell says inflation battle isn't over yet. Gamefi investors are now prioritizing fun factor over money. Avalab's CEO denies Cryptoleaks claims. Makerdao Cofounder recommends DAI-USD depegging. Hacker tries to exploit bridge protocol, fails miserable. Snickers teams up with NFT brand to create limited edition M&Ms. CEO of Binance denies ownership of Wazirx. Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Crypto. Once again, we are back with the latest news updates for you. Before we get into the video, let's see where the fear and greed index sits at. Currently, it's at 24, which is much lower than yesterday. This shows that investors have started to panic as Bitcoin isn't looking very good at the moment. As of recording this video, Bitcoin and Ethereum are at 19,000 and 1448 respectively. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. The head of Singapore's central bank stated that the city-state is contemplating additional regulations that would make it more difficult for regular investors to trade cryptocurrencies at a time when they appear irrationally ignorant to the risks. We are considering adding frictions to retail access to cryptocurrencies, Ravi Menon, managing director of Singapore's Monetary Authority, said at a conference on Monday. These may include customer suitability assessments and limitations on the use of leverage and credit facilities for Bitcoin trading, he continued. As part of its efforts to protect individual investors from potential hazards, the MAS published guidelines in January restricting Bitcoin trading service providers from advertising their services to the public. This weekend, the Spanish financial authorities want to keep a tight eye on a major Bitcoin metaverse event that will be held in Madrid. This week, the CNMV warned that neither the event's organizers, Mundo Crypto, nor its sponsors have license to provide financial services or collect payments. Saturday's event in a Madrid concert stadium is anticipated to attract 7,000 people. Such gatherings, according to Spanish authorities and the CNMV, are frequently designed to entice individuals, especially youths, into investing in cryptocurrencies without a complete understanding of the probable implications. The Spanish founder of Mundo Crypto, Mani Thawani, has defended the event, stating that it serves educational and financial reasons. Mundo Crypto identifies itself as the global leader in crypto and blockchain education and claims that 55,000 of its students are already investors. The CNMV has placed Mundo Crypto on its gray list of organizations accused of illegally soliciting cash and offering financial services. Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, offered a firm commitment to halting inflation on Friday. He also issued a warning that he expects the central bank to continue raising interest rates in a manner that will cause some pain to the economy of the United States of America. In his highly anticipated annual policy speech, which took place this year in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell affirmed that the central bank will use our tools forcefully to combat inflation, which is currently hovering close to its highest level in more than 4 decades. Even after a string of 4 consecutive increases in interest rates totaling 2.25 percentage points, Powell stated that this is no place to stop or pause. This is the case despite the fact that benchmark rates are probably around an area that is considered neither stimulative nor restrictive to growth. While higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor market conditions will bring inflation down, they will also bring some pain to households and businesses, he said in prepared remarks. These factors will bring inflation down, but they will also bring some pain to households and businesses. Unfortunately, these are the costs that come along with lowering inflation. But if we can't get prices back to where they should be, we're in for much more suffering. Gamefi, the combination of gaming and decentralized finance, DeFi, appeals to a group of investors who select projects more frequently on the basis of the use case they serve as opposed to the project's potential to generate revenue. The Gamefi ecosystem is popular among gamers and investors in the millennial generation. As a consequence of this, it serves as a point of entry for a great number of first-time investors. According to the results of a poll that was conducted by Chainplay and in which 2428 Gamefi investors took part, 75% of respondents entered the cryptocurrency field only because of Gamefi. In spite of the fact that profits were the primary motivation for about half of the investors who initially entered the Gamefi area, 89% of Gamefi investors were unable to weather crypto winter 2022, and 62% of those investors lost more than 50% of their profits. Investors, on the other hand, are of the opinion that a poorly designed in-game economy was the primary cause of their financial losses. In line with this sentiment, the results of the poll showed that investors all over the world spent an average of 2.5 hours per day playing in Gamefi in 2022. This is a decrease of 43% when compared to the previous year's total of 4.4 hours. Ava Labs CEO M&Ms has called the shocking allegations made by Cryptoleaks that his company used litigation to hurt competitors and fool regulators conspiracy theory garbage. The allegations claim that Ava Labs utilized litigation to damage competitors and fool regulators. In a post on August 28 to his 280,500 followers on Twitter, Cyber made the comments in reference to an article published on August 26 by Cryptoleaks. The article claimed that the company had formed a secret pact with the U.S. law firm Roche Friedman to use the American legal system in a gangster style to attack and harm crypto organizations. Cyber's comments were in response to the article. A series of candid films apparently depicting U.S. Attorney Kyle Rocha of Roche Friedman LLP discussing his partnership and connection with M&Ms Cyber and Kevin Seknicki, the respective CEO and COO of Ava Labs, were leaked by Cryptoleaks. The recordings originated from an unknown source. According to Cryptoleaks, Roche Friedman and Kyle Roche have an agreement to provide Ava Labs with legal services in exchange for the AVAX tokens and equity in Ava Labs. They also allegedly plan to use litigation as a tool to disrupt competitors and misdirect regulators such as the Security Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Rune Christensen, the co-founder of Makerdao, recently reached out to the community to explain why free-floating DAI might be the only option for the decentralized autonomous organization in light of the recent discussions surrounding the depegging of Makerdao's native token from USD coin in the wake of the sanctioning of Tornado Cash. Christensen admitted that he had erroneously calculated the risks that are associated with risk-weighted assets in his blog post titled "The Path of Compliance and the Path of Decentralization: Why Maker Has No Choice But to Prepare to Free Float DAI." He remarked that a physical crackdown against crypto can occur without any prior notice, and there is no hope of recovery even for genuine users who are not involved in any illegal activity. This goes against two fundamental assumptions that we used to have when trying to understand RWA risk, which makes the authoritarian threat much more significant. Greg Foss explains the math behind his price target of $2 million per Bitcoin. The goal of $2 million in Bitcoin may seem like a pipe dream, but Greg Foss believes it is actually a very achievable ambition because it is generated from the entire assets of the world. How did Greg come to this number, you ask? Approximately $900 trillion represents the total worth of all pension funds and sovereign funds combined. If we are able to get legislation, and these investors decide to invest 5% of their portfolios in Bitcoin, we may see a gigantic inflow of $45 trillion. After doing so, we arrive at a price target of $2 million for Bitcoin by dividing 41 trillion by 21 million, which is the total number of Bitcoins. Cross-chain bridges are increasingly being singled out as a target by actors with bad intent. However, not every hacker can successfully exploit a system and walk away with millions of dollars. Some people wind up emptying their own pockets of money in the process. Alex Shevchenko, the CEO of Aurora Labs, recounted the tale of a hacker who attempted to exploit the Rainbow Bridge but ended up losing 5 Ether ETH, which had a value of approximately $8,000 at the time this article was written. The incident was relayed in a thread on Twitter. Shevchenko asserts that the hacker has provided a forged near block to the Rainbow Bridge contract in addition to the obligatory safe deposit of 5 ETH. The perpetrator of the exploit attempt chose a Saturday to carry it out because they believed that the team would be less responsive throughout the course of the weekend. The chief executive officer emphasized that even if the hacker had a plan, there were automated watchdogs in place that prevented the fraudulent transaction from going through. The attempt was thwarted in less than a minute and a half, which resulted in the hacker forfeiting their security deposit. Mars, the maker of candies such as M&Ms, Snickers, Mars bars, Milky Way bars, Twix, and more, has collaborated with the metaverse brand Kingship to produce a limited edition box of M&Ms that features content from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. This box of M&Ms will only be available for a limited time. Approximately 4,000 different M&Ms candy boxes will each feature an NFT printed avatar designed by Kingship. According to a report from the Cointelegraph, the boxes would be classified into one of two classes depending on the rarity of its contents. According to the source, the ordinary tier is packaged in 3,900 brown celebratory gift boxes. However, the 100 gold edition boxes are coated in gold and white foil and have the Kingship members' apes printed on the M&Ms. Kingship is made up of 4 different types of ape NFTs, 3 Bored Ape NFTs, and 1 Mutant Ape NFT. Additionally, beginning today, there will be around 6,000 different candy gift jars available for purchase on the M&Ms website. As the conflict between Wazirx and Binance continues to escalate, a senior executive from the latter company revealed that Wazirx has avoided passing on full ownership of its assets to Binance for the past 2 years. This revelation came as the conflict between the two companies continues to escalate. In light of the continuing investigation being conducted by the Enforcement Directorate, the worldwide trading platform for cryptocurrencies will not engage in business with Wazirx in the foreseeable future. In addition, Binance asserted that ED has not been in communication with any of its teams throughout the probe. The public disagreement between Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao and Wazirx CEO Nishil Shetty began through a barrage of tweets a few hours after the ED issued a statement that it will freeze Wazirx's bank assets worth over $64 crore, after it was allegedly being involved in assisting illegal Chinese lending apps make cross-border payments using crypto tokens through its network, which violated the Foreign Exchange Management Act. In an announcement that is scheduled to come out within the next few minutes, Binance will propose that customers in India relocate their assets formally to Binance.com. At the moment, Wazirx is responsible for about half of all of the cryptocurrency trading volumes in India. Thank you for watching. Show us your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss any latest upload.